Are y'all ready?
Yeah!
It's Eco Lego. One breezy afternoon, I was at the park with little Nico children swinging before it got dark. There was a youth team playing some soccer. You could really tell that they needed some water. Team Mom pulled up in a minivan swerve. You could not believe what was in her hand. All right, the name of the game is Eco Hero Trivia. Today we are focusing on elephants, and I'm excited to be here with you all. The winning team, and we're all gonna learn something, but the winning team is gonna have a special donation made in their honor. So Big Life is a foundation in Kenya that I went and I filmed and met them, and they protect 1.6 million hectares of land in between a couple national parks, and they protect elephants as one of their animals that they help keep safe. They work in the community, awesome. So for each member of your team, $100 will be donated to help elephants in the wild to Big Life in your team's name. That's how it works. All right, are you all ready?
Yes!
Let's do it. And recyclables, raise your hand. So your turn is up, and this is just for the recyclables. Where in the world do elephants live? Do y'all think A, Asia, B, Africa, C, South America, D, Antarctica, or E, both A and B? So you all talk amongst your team. Your time is up. So Sophia.
Number A.
Final answer? Let's check it out. You all, it's E, Asia and Africa, both of those places. If you can hear me, clap once. So there are 3 species of elephants, 2 that live in Africa and 1 that lives in Asia. While they are similar in a lot of ways, their different environments also lead to some interesting differences. For example, African elephants live in hotter climates, so they have different ways to cool themselves. And so this one is actually incorrect. And now, Eco Heroes. How much of their former territory do elephants inhabit today? Do y'all think A, all, B, almost all, C, half, or D, less than half? How much of their territory do you think they still live in? All, almost all, half, or less than half?
Okay. What does former mean? Okay, we got ours. I think it's C, half.
This is River?
Yeah.
C, half? Final answer, let's see. It's actually less than half, you all. I know, it's a tough one. So, elephants have been suffering from a huge loss of territory over the last 100 years. It's estimated that they only live in about 10% of the land that they used to. So, we learned something there. And Eco rules. How many hours per day do elephants spend eating? How many hours per day do elephants spend eating? Do y'all think A, 2 hours, B, 4 hours, C, 10 to 12 hours, or D, 12 to 16 hours eating every day? Gwen, what are we thinking?
Yeah, I think it's B.
Final answer?
Yes.
It's actually D. 12 to 16 hours. Can you all believe it? That's a lot of time. Remember, they are huge animals and they need to eat enough to maintain their giant bodies. So they can eat up to 375 pounds of food in just one day. Now, tigers. And your question is, other than hearing, what purpose do elephants' large ears serve? A, fighting, B, cooling, or C, sensing moisture in the air? What are we thinking, tigers?
What do you say?
Final answer, Max?
B.
Let's get a drum roll. That's correct! So you all,
That was actually a pretty easy one.
it is one of the adaptations that keeps them from overheating, and they have actually a lot of blood that is sending throughout their body. It helps regulate throughout, so it allows their body to keep at a cool, safe temperature, and also acts like a fan as well. And now we're on to round 2, recyclables. It is your turn. Which are bigger, African elephants or Asian elephants?
You got it. African?
Final answer?
Yeah.
That's correct. And y'all, African elephants are the largest of all land mammals on Earth. The adults can weigh to 14,000 pounds and stand up to 13 feet tall, 3 feet taller than a basketball hoop. And Asian elephants, while they're some of the biggest animals still in the world, they are a little smaller, weighing up to 10,000 pounds and being about 11 feet tall. So you all are on the board. Recyclables. Eco-heroes. Elephants are a type of animal called herbivores. What does the word herbivore mean? River, what are we thinking?
I think it's plant eaters.
Plant eaters? Let's get a drum roll. That is correct. An animal that only eats plants. Very cool. You all are on the board. Welcome to the board. Eco-heroes. And the tigers. What is not a function of the elephant's trunk? What is not a function of the elephant's trunk? A, holding and lifting. B, eating and drinking. C, camouflage hiding. D, communicating. Or E, defending against attacks. Max, what are we thinking? You all, it's actually camouflage hiding. So elephants' trunks are like an ultimate multi-tool. In addition to being able to breathe through their trunks, elephants can use trunk like their arms to lift things and defend against attacks. They can also use them to make sounds to communicate with each other, and they use their trunks for eating and drinking. Though they don't suck the water straight up for like a straw, instead they draw it into their trunk and then pour it into their mouths to swallow it.
That's like making sure it gets boogers and then putting it in your mouth.
And now we have the recyclables. It is your turn. True or false? Elephants clearing pathways in the forest has a damaging effect on the forest environment. Elephants clearing path in the forest has a damaging effect on the environment. What are we thinking, recyclables?
We think it's false.
False? Final answer? That's correct. Yes! It is false. See you all. You might think that an elephant knocking down trees and trampling plants would damage the ecosystem, but it's actually an important part of the forest environment. The pathways cleared by elephants are used by many other animals, and that help maintain a healthy ecosystem for all. All right, eco-heroes, it is now your turn. True or false? Elephants are right or left tusked, like we are right or left-handed. True or false? Elephants are right or left tusked, like we are right or left-handed.
I think it's false.
False?
Yeah.
It's actually true. Can you believe that? That's pretty wild, right? So just like humans, some of them prefer right or left tusk, and you can see this was one I saw in the wild, and it was favoring and playing with that tusk, and they're a different shape because sometimes they wore them out. They use that one more than the other one, so it's kind of like our teeth where one gets shorter than the other in that sense. Eco-heroes. So which is not a function of elephants' tusks? Do y'all think lifting and moving objects, gathering food, defending from attackers, digging holes for water, or E, all are functions?
No, it's E. B. It's B. No, it's E. It's E. It's E.
Well, Gwen is gotta give us one final answer for the team. B? Let's see what it is. It's actually E. All of them. That's all right. We learned something there. So elephants are herbivores. Like a trunk, they serve many functions, including lifting objects, helping to gather food, stripping bark from trees, and digging to find water, and then defending against attackers as well. Tigers. What is the biggest threat to African elephants? Do y'all think A, illegal hunting, B, starvation, C, predators, or D, extreme weather?
We have an answer.
What are we thinking?
A.
Illegal hunting?
Yeah.
That's correct. For a long time, a material called ivory, made from elephant tusks, has been a highly prized material for luxury goods. While demand for ivory has slowed down compared to several decades ago, many people still illegally hunt elephants for their tusks. This illegal hunting is called poaching and is still the biggest threats to African elephants today. And also what's happening is a lot of habitat loss, tying in with that as well. Who's up right now? Who got the poop question? So how much poop does an African adult elephant produce each day? A, 25 pounds, B, 50 pounds, C, 100 pounds, or D, 200 pounds? How much poop do you all think?
100. We got our answer.
What are we thinking?
100.
It's actually 200 pounds of poop per day. Over 200 pounds. I mean, that is so much. A little over half of all the food they eat, they poop out throughout the day. So it's a lot of elephant poop out there in the wild. True or false, ivory trading has been illegal in the US and China for almost 100 years. River?
I think it's true.
It's actually false. Y'all, false. Even though the practice of hunting elephants for their tusks is cruel and damaging, buying and selling ivory was legal in most of the world until very recently. The US only banned it in 2016, fully banned it in 2016. Eco rules?
Yeah.
How many elephants are left in the wild? Do y'all think A, 50,000, B, 450,000, C, 1 million, or D, 3 million? How many elephants are left in the wild?
I think it's A.
Team, final answer?
Yep.
It's actually 450,000. That may sound like a lot, but there were about 12 million just 100 years ago, meaning that the population has decreased by 96% of elephants in the wild. In order for them to survive and thrive, they need high numbers in order to keep the genetic diversity, and having the small number of survivors can keep them at risk. Now we have the tigers. How far away, that is me, see the elephant in the wild. How far away can elephants detect water sources? A, half a mile, B, 1 mile, C, 5 miles, or D, 12 miles away? How far away do you think they can detect water?
B?
Actually 12 miles away. Can you believe it? And they remember where all their watering sources are. It's really cool that they have that sense of smell. There's one final challenge. How this works. Everybody is still alive because the final challenge is worth 5 points, and we're gonna ask every team the same answer, and you all are gonna write your answer on that Post-it note, and the closest team to that gets the 5 points, and thus will get the victory. So this is coming down to our best guess. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, say shh. And the question is, what is the record for the heaviest elephant tusk in pounds? What is the record for the heaviest elephant tusk in pounds? One single tusk. So you all are just gonna write down, yeah, you have to guess, you have to pick a random number. For how much you think the heaviest one ever found was? All right, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go in order. Eco rules.
We choose 109.
Okay, so we'll just do 109. Eco heroes.
52.
So your first answer is 52.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, and then the tigers.
500.
Okay, and then the recyclables.
25.
Let's get a drum roll. Correct answer is 226 pounds, meaning you all were the closest. So Eco Rules. Eco Rules is our winner today.
Tigers? What?
Eco Rules, how do you feel? How do you feel about it?
What did they ask? I feel so amazing.
Very cool.
I feel great. Great. Yes, you did. I feel so amazing. I feel proud of my team.
So yeah, that's the wrap. And if I could get everybody's full name from that team for the donations, but we all learned something about the elephants. Okay, so everybody look at the camera, and then we're gonna all say deuces at the camera. 1, 2, 3.